So this is an updated Sacred Beast deck, and you watch you look at a few different YouTubers who build decks of the same one. Like you search Sacred Beast, you're gonna invest in watching a few different videos or a bunch of different videos to see what they tech, to see if it makes sense to you, so you can put together the best version of the deck. So I'm giving credit where credit is due. I never knew these cards existed. Well, like two of them, I didn't know they existed, or I didn't run them, so I didn't feel a need to until I looked into them thanks to a few people. And the first person I want to give a shout out is to Team Samurai X1. And just to say it now, this is not for likes, views, or anything else like that. It's just to make the deck the best it could be for a person that actually played it. But Team Samurai X1 put me onto a card that I didn't know existed from Dark Layers that he got from Yasin, and I subscribed to him. He makes great videos, and he'll say the deck's good for casual or whatever it is, but I like it because he's positive no matter what spin you put on it or whatever deck it is. It's whatever you love to play. So Yasin told Team Samurai X1 about Darkest Diablo Lord of Layers. So I looked into it. I'm like, it fits in this deck perfect. So I'm running it at 2, and I'll show you why. As well as from one of my commenters commented, Mesero. I don't want to say it wrong, but he told me about Foolish Burial Goods, where if I have gates on the field, I could just play goods, send whatever continuous spell I want from the deck to the graveyard, and then with the goods on the field and at least one Sacred Beast, I can just get it instantly to my hand. So with goods, it's like any card I need that's situational that I want, I could send it with goods and bring it back with gates, as long as I have a Sacred Beast on field. And then my homeboy Ricardo, who actually hooked me up with the two Darkest Diabolos. So, and it's crazy how Darkest Diabolos went from a $4 card to a $100 card to I think the lowest I've seen online is 11 and change plus shipping, so like let's say $12, but the highest is $100 on TCG for a card that a lot of stores still have. At least in New York, I know a lot of stores that still have the structure deck. So how is the structure deck still 15, but you're selling it for 100? Anyways, I'm not gonna do a whole deck list because it's just an update. I'm gonna show you what cards I took out. So if you look at the other video, you can see the build, but then with what I'm about to do, you'll see what I took out and what I put in. And I'll show you why I put 2 Darkest Diablos. Like, it should be common sense, but even though each of its effect is once, to bring it back, that it's so broken. Let me just get into this so it's not a long video. So shout outs to Team Samurai X1 because he posted on his video of Darkest Diablo, and he got the idea from Yasin. So I want to say I love you, my guy, for telling him about it. And, it goes into a chain effect. So I'm running 2 because of you. So I really want to say thank you. And of course to my boy Ricardo, who helped me get the card. And then Masero for telling me about Foolish Goods. And like, these are cards I would never have known about to even play, because you see on my other deck builds I don't play them. So I really wanted to say thank you. So we took out the 2 Abominations as a super clear cut choice for 2 Darkest Diablos, and you can tag him in with his own effect, as long as it's not the same one. I'll show you. I have a sample set up. So we took out the 2 abominables for the 2 Diablos. I really don't talk much, so that's why it's not rehearsed or anything. It's just straight recording on my phone and going up to YouTube. And then we took out 1 Serenian Skyfire, so we only have 1 in the deck. I mean, we had 2. Let me double check. Just one, yeah. Only 1, like Macero said, why run 2 if I only run 1 Haman, and I can just search it with goods? So I took out the other one, and then I took out 1 Child's Play for the same reasons, for goods. I took out 1 Awakening Sacred you see this so often, so I left it at 2. Definitely took out Starlight Road because there's times they don't even play Twin Twister. They're playing the quick play that removes a card from play. So it's just sitting there for no reason. I took it out and I took out Stardust from the extra deck. I'll show you what I changed to. And though Dark Sacrifice is good, like I said, they're playing cards that are removing cards from play, not destroying. So even though this is good for the deck, because you can send the level 2 or the 1 to the graveyard to negate a destruction. And then you can just, if you need a field card, you could just remove the level 1 to bring the field card. But I took it out because it really wasn't working well. So then for these 5, we added 2 Foolish Burial Goods. And we can send the, like, if we want this one and we have goods, we could send Child's Play to the graveyard to put the lock. Or we could send Cerulean City, it's Pokemon. Cerulean Skyfire to search out the one and recycle it with Gates. And Gates is so searchable if you don't already have it. The 1 Foolish Burial for any of the dark monsters you need, or if you want to guarantee Dark Diabolos, you have one in hand, you want one engraved to do its effects, you could do that. Or any other monster, because most of their effects trigger in graveyard for removing to search. And then I figured things are getting removed from play even with the spell card that brings out the fusion. And then I remembered the continuous spell, Pot of Equivalence, or I know I fucked it up. But you can target 3 banished monsters, shuffle those 3 cards into the deck, then draw 1 card. You can only activate 1 per turn as a quick play. So this deck, you're sending them to graveyard and you're removing them to search. So why not have 2? Like, this is extra draw power and recycling. So let's say you have the level 5 remove, the level 1, and whatever else you have, or even if it's one of theirs, you just put it back. Like, let's say you call by the grave their Ash, you just put it back with your 2, and you draw 1. Or if it's going into a late game, and you play the spell card that brings out the fusion, you removed all 3 from play. Now, pretty much your star attractions are removed from play. You can play Pot of this to just recycle them and then keep going from there. And if you played both of them, like, obviously not on the same turn, like your turn you played one, and on their turn you played another one, you're pretty much recycling the monsters that brought him out and the field card and everything to your deck, while still having him on field. And then you're bringing back the 3 Sacred Beasts that you removed from play for the fusion back into your deck. So you have future plays. Like, you're not just whatever's on the field is just whatever's on the field. You can just continue going into whatever else. You'll have the fusion, and you can bring out all 3 again if you wanted to. It all depends on what you do. So this is what we took out. This is what we added. And I'm going to show you why we put this. And then we'll go back into the extra deck. So I already have the setup to show you what I mean if you say you don't. Where you have 1 on field and you need 1 in hand or graveyard to activate its effect when a Dark Monster's tribute. Now, each of its effects are hard once per turn, and if it's on the field, if it tributes himself, since his effect says he has to be in the graveyard or hand already when a Dark Monster is tributed to bring himself from said graveyard or hand, you could tag him in and out with his own effects. But you need 2 copies, and each will be 1 per turn. So, and I'll just show you. We're gonna activate his effects, tribute the one on the field, put a card back into their deck. He says top, and then it triggers the other one where, since the first one was tribute, it was a dark monster tributed on the field while he's in hand. I can special summon him. So each turn, it'll be a once per turn, this combo, this loop, where he'll go, I'll go, and then I can just do it all over again, where I tribute him to bounce back a card, and then I can recycle the one that's in the graveyard. See what I mean? And like, he's tagging himself in, so it's good to run him at 2 if you want to do this. And that's Yu-Gi-Oh! Link Evolution. You can run him at 2 if you want. 3 will be pointless because even if you're doing the loop, you only need 2. I mean, unless you want to see 3 and you trade in. But it's really good just at 2. Then for the extra deck, we still have, obviously, Starving Venom. These are all super poly targets. Predator Plant. The other Predator Plant, that's a fusion and a dark monster. So if they have a fusion, no matter what it is, and you have one of your dark monsters. We teched in Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. Just in case you're running close to Cyber Dragon players and they have the field set up and you can't do nothing. You just send all of their monsters to the graveyard and you'll have at least a 3000 beat stick. And it's a dark. So if you tribute him for Dark Beckoning, the level 5 one, you can still get off Darkest Diabolos effects. You're turning their lights into a dark and you're going from there. Or you could just beat them down if you have other plays. Obviously the one Mud Dragon. And then you could turn him into a dark with his own effects. Tribute him from Fort Set 5 and go into it. And like so much synergy. And I like this version. And then even if it's another turn and you Darkest Diablo another uses effect for a different dark monster, you'll have both of them on the field. 3000 KB beat sticks on the field. I started running Hope Harbinger, so I can just what are they called? Exceed them. I haven't played with an Exceed monster in a while. You can exceed them for Hope Harbinger. You have protection from any spell, along with the protection from Serene Skyfire, and then you can detach, put the material, which is obviously Darkest Diablo, into the graveyard. Then and any other point you tribute another dark monster, just bring him back while he's still in the field protecting you. Because it does have a discard effect. If a face-up XYZ monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can target one face-up monster you control. It gains attack equal to the destroyed monster. No, that's not what I'm looking for. If they play a spell, you can attach it. When your opponent monster declares an attack, you can detach one XYZ material from this card, change the attack of this card to the performing damage calculation. Whatever the case is, you can detach and the Darkest Diablo go in the graveyard and you can just keep bringing him back. And then you have Hope Harbinger for spell protection. There are times I have both the level 5 on the field and I bring him back because he's 0 attack. And you could take this out for another card I'm looking for. But it's that one. Then I put Shark for I have OTK plays. You could go into the 5s, make him, because you're bringing him back, and let's say you summon the other one, you bring one back, or you bring one back last turn. You could go into Shark, detach, target one of your Sacred Beasts. It can attack twice, and then just go from there. Like it's OTKing, as long as you have the right cards. And then, of course, the one BLS, the Linquish Enema, Link Karibo, Witch Apprentice, the Phoenix, just in case you need to pop something, and Link Cross. But I'm definitely going to take out, I'm thinking Link Cross or the other 5, but I'm thinking more Link Cross than anything. Oh, damn, what's the other YouTuber? There was another YouTuber, I am so sorry, that said a card that made sense where it's a Link monster that requires 2 monsters, and as long as a monster is linked to it, it causes piercing. So imagine having that, a Sacred Beast under that can do piercing, and then you bring out the 5, detach it, they can attack twice. Like, it just makes more sense instead of just sitting there and your Sacred Beasts are just attacking their defense monsters. You have that Link 2 monster and it's piercing. So either way, you're going to pierce and make the game just go faster. And I apologize for now. Once I look at the videos, I'm going to put his name in the script. Or in the comment section. I'll edit the video. But that's basically our updated Sacred Beast deck. Going off of the other one. So I hope you enjoy, and it brings you many victories. It's all up to you, whoever has the better hand.